What's going on, y'all? I'm here to talk about the buffs and changes I've made for Drednaw in my ROM hack. To help you understand these buffs and changes better, it's best if you pause the video if you're new here and read the description. It's got a lot of useful bullet points that'll help you understand the basics of the hack and my approach to balancing things. And then when you're finished with this video, don't click off yet, but when you're finished, you can check out all the playlists linked down below. I have a playlist to all the other change videos. I have a playlist to things explaining the hack even more in depth than the description does, although the description will, definitely be good enough. And then most importantly, I have the Google Sheet link down below that you can check out after you're done with the video. Don't click off again, it'll mess up that watch time. But yeah, you can check that out and then look at all the move changes because those are super important to understanding how the hack works and how all the Pokemon function because of course the moves are important. I do touch on some of them in the videos, but I don't have time to cover every single one. So yeah, why is this music? What the fuck is this? Is this not? Whatever. I guess I've never heard the Holberry theme in its entirety. Anyway, I have. I just forgot about it. Okay, so Drednaw. Oh, last thing. If you're returning, I appreciate you very much, and make sure you drop a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Helps the algorithm, helps the channel grow. But yeah, Drednaw. So they keep Swift Swim, and Shell Armor. Shell Armor is much better. I mean, it's always been a good ability in Nuzlockes and in ROM hacks, but especially when there are lots of crit moves running around, it's nice to be able to boost up and not have to worry about any of that, and then also just take less damage outright from a lot of like the Wicked Blow, Surging Strikes type moves. For example, in this case, I mean, you don't get too many. This guy gets Stone Edge, and that's actually it. And like obviously First Impression and stuff, and Aqua Cutter, all these other like 50% crit moves. But yeah, it's strong, right? It's very bulky. Obviously, people look at they dismiss Pokemon based on typing when in an in-game context it's not nearly as significant. It's easy to play around weaknesses. Moves are much more spaced out because it's monotype teams and stuff. So yeah, even versus like a mono grass team, Drednaw can do some work. You can either grab some kills with like Scarf Brute Force or run Rain and then outspeed and one-shot things with his coverage moves that he has that hit grass, whatever. I mean, he's got tons of, or just strong Rock Stab. He's definitely not useless even versus a rock, or he can just pivot versus like coverage moves and stuff. So he's got tons of ways to be used even versus like a mono grass boss. But yeah, typing wise, I mean, he does have some solid resist. So he 4 times resist fire, which is nice, and then you also resist normal, flying, poison, and ice. So normal, flying, poison, ice, and fire. It's pretty good defensive traits. And then Shell Armor is incredible defensively, not only because of ignoring those crit moves, but also you can boost up your defense with Iron Defense or Razor Shell or Withdraw. So Withdraw gives you +1 to both defenses, which is great for Shell Armor because you can just set up versus something, and then once you get so it has 3 PP, so once you get 3 Withdraw boosts, you can even tank 4 times effective moves, at least on the physical side, pretty easily. And you also have reliable recovery in the form of Rehydrate and all that good stuff. But yeah, Razor Shell is super sick because it gives you +1 defense. So you can both attack and boost your defenses at the same time. The flavor there is like they harden their shell before they slash, and then they slash you. So their defense gets boosted, and then they hit you if there's the hardened shell. So that's a cool thing for Razor Shell. Of course, you've also got Rock Polish, which is cool, even though you already have Swift Swim. So you can just click Rain Dance or Rain Dance with an ally or Drizzle with an ally, whatever it may be. He's also got Flip Turn for pivoting and all that fun stuff. He's got priority in the form of Aqua Jet, Accelerock, and Creeping Strike, as well as First Impression. Tons of powerful stab moves. So Brute Force is a really fitting ability. I was debating between. I probably should have said this earlier. Strongjaw. Strongjaw's gone because it doesn't exist anymore. It is repurposed into Mega Launcher. So because basically I can't edit the Mega Launcher flag, so I ended up changing that so that way but Strongjaw is essentially Mega Launcher. However, you get the idea, right? It repurposed the ability. So as a result, Strongjaw doesn't exist anymore, which I did because it's not even that. I mean, it's good. I like the ability, but Sheer Force or Brute Force can kind of cover the same idea a lot of the time, and flavor-wise fits pretty much all the Pokemon that I wanted to give Strongjaw to anyway. So yeah, you don't have Strongjaw anymore, but Brute Force is the exact same boost, and it also boosts all of your other moves. Flavor-wise, Brute Force makes a lot of sense if you read the dex. It talks about tearing through sheer rods. It's highly aggressive. It can crush a boulder. Extremely vicious. So yeah, obviously Strongjaw would fit too, but it doesn't have that anymore. Also, he attacks with like his head axe thing, which is also why I gave Stone Axe, which is weaker than Rock Slide. Stone Axe is essentially Razor Shell, but instead of giving you a defense boost, it sets up rocks, which is it's nice. I think it's really fitting because if I remember correctly, Drednaw's G-Max move sets up Stealth Rock, correct? Yeah, so that's pretty cool. that now he gets Stone Axe to kind of like as an homage to that, and also because he literally has it axe. Like I think he genuinely should get Stone Axe in the real games. Looking at his head shape like that, it literally fits Stone Axe perfectly. Not many Pokemon get Stone Axe. I think it's just him and Drednaw for now that are planned because it is literally an axe. And I don't really like it on Hexorus either, but I was allowed to see when I get there if I feel like giving it to him. Because Jagged Edge exists anyways, which is like a rock type slash move, a sharpness move. Hold on, I forgot to add Drednaw's name to the Stone Axe. So I'll put Drednaw Cleaver. There we go. So that's there. Yeah, it's all really fun. I don't know, this is a really simple mon. So Shell Armor is really good also just to 1v1 things because you don't always need that brute force damage boost because it's already got a high 115 attack and you've got tons of coverage and high base power moves. So brute force is often overkill, especially late game once you get the really high base power moves like Head Smash, Wave Crash, Strength, Headlong Rush, all that strong, Rock Wrecker, Hydro Assault, all those strong ass moves. Stone Edge even, you don't need brute force anymore. Obviously it's still nice, especially if you're trying to one-shot something super tanky, or if you're running like Scarf brute force because its Scarf speed tier is actually very, very good in an in-game context. You're outspeeding pretty much, you're outspeeding, base 110 Pokemon with a plus speed nature if you get a neutral speed nature Drednaw, so that's super good. You outspeed base 111 Pokemon and below. So that's really good. Super solid. Hydro Assault, Rock Wrecker are incredibly powerful with Brute Force. You can use those with a Jetpack as well because the Rock Wrecker and Hydro Assault are essentially physical versions of Draco Meteor now, both water and rock types, so you can get that off. Headlong Rush, Scarf, Brute Force type shit is obviously very good. You also got your good old reliable Earthquake and all that, Drill Run earlier on. Stone Edge is 100% accurate, always crits, so that can't be used twice in a row, however, so you can't spam like Scarf, Brute Force, Stone Edge, but you can spam Scarf, Brute Force, Rock Slide, or Stone Axe, or Strength, or Head Smash. However, keep in mind Strength and Head Smash both deal recoil. So Head Smash is like Omega overkill a lot of the time. It's still, it's 140 power, but it also drops your defenses and deals 50% recoil, while Strength only deals 30% recoil. So, Strength will allow you to get maybe 2 kills without killing yourself, while Head Smash, you might only be able to get 1 kill without killing yourself. Although, keep in mind, you do have a really good HP stat too, so especially if you're not running max speed EVs, you can run Scarf or Rock Polish with those strong high base power recoil moves. And you can also run Shell Bell to counteract the recoil if you are running like a Rock Polish or Rain set, like Swift Swim, Shell Bell to offset the recoil damage from Wave Crash and Head Smash is nice, because again, Shell Bell is, I didn't say this yet, but Shell Bell, that's kind of a funny actually item for him, I just realized it's pretty cool. Shell Bell is buffed, so you heal 20%, so you heal off all the recoil from moves like Takedown and Hell Thrust, and then you heal off most of it from Strength and Wave Crash and stuff, so that's really good. You've also got Mega Horn, which is bug type close combat, and it's all very early TM in the mid 40s, early to mid 40s. So that's really fun to take advantage of. Of course, it makes sense. He's got that big horn on his head. Yeah, it's very straightforward overall. Again, he's got that early. So Jawlock is a really cool move now. Also, Choodle in general is really tanky and strong for early game. So you can run Swift Swim. You can run Rain Dance, and 44 base speed. Even late game is very good with Swift Swim, but early game you're outspeeding everything with Swift Swim and 44 speed, so you're good there. And then you've got that Shell Armor, you've got some respectable bulk for early on. And then you got that Brute Force, which is insanely strong. You also got your Aqua Jet, your Dive. Dive gives you an accuracy boost now, which is not that useful, actually. I was going to try to list off moves that it can abuse. I think it actually doesn't get a single physical inaccurate move, does it? Yeah, no, these are all 100% accurate, so that's fine. Double Edge Dragon Hammer, also cool. So, for early on, level 35, if you got Terra Normal or Terra Dragon, those would go crazy early on. Those 120 power moves at level 35 with Stab from Terra would be super sick if you pulled that. Dragon Dance is also pretty cool later in the game. Obviously makes sense. I mean, other reptilian Pokemon get Dragon Dance. I think it fits his vibe pretty well. Arcane Fangs early on is really good on Choodle. If you got Terra Dragon, that would go insane again. Arcane Fangs is essentially like Leech Life, Dragon type Leech Life. It's 85 power, heals 50% of your health, so that's pretty fun. Yeah, Jawlock is really cool, so that deals, not only does that lock you in with the opponent, so you have to keep that in mind. You can't use Jawlock safely unless you're killing whatever's in front of you over time. Like if you're, for example, Shell Armor, Jawlock, defense boosting move, Rehydrate is a really cool like stally thing you can take advantage of. And then it also yeah, it deals chip damage and it traps you in for indefinitely. It traps you in with them as long as they're alive. So keep that in mind. Also, if the AI is using that against you, it's definitely a scary move. Yeah, Stone Axe is cool. Obviously, like the stealth rock effect is significantly less impactful in game because rocks in competitive are like literally what the entire game revolves around. Meanwhile, in game, it's less impactful. AI is not switching around, so it's more of just, oh, I want to break a focus sash or get a specific chip range, break an energy shield or multi-scale, stuff like that. It's definitely useful. It's just not like literally the center of the entire game. But yeah, Stone Axe is still cool. Again, rock slide is stronger though, by 5 points, and it's also 100% accurate, so worth keeping in mind. I might end up buffing Stone Axe. We'll see, because it is only on this and it's Cleaver as of now, and Cleaver has sharpness, so I don't know. I'll have to see what I feel like doing, but for now it's still a good move. Jagged Edge is earlier on. Even stronger, not to mention situationally stronger than Stone Axe, because if you run Jagged Edge, Aqua Cutter, Drill Run, Laceration, all of those moves are, and Night Slash, all of those moves are 50% crit rate, so if you put a Scope Lens on, you're getting a guaranteed crit 120 power move, so that's good. You've also got other good utility like Acid Reflux and Scary Face. Acid Reflux drops Sped F by 2 and Poison, so that's cool for team support with like Flip Turn, Shell Armor stuff. Scary Face drops speed by 2 and defense and special defense by -1, so that's good. With Shell Armor, Stally, you can like Scary Face into kill the next turn. I don't know, tons of fun ways you can take advantage of it. You can also get up like Weather with Eject Button and Shell Armor, whatever. Shell Armor is really good for utility stuff, outside of the obvious like OP boosting, Iron Defense, Body Press, Shell Armor crap that you can definitely also abuse the hell out of. Or Withdraw later on, level 45, Withdraw is really strong with Shell Armor. So yeah, very fun Pokemon, very versatile. It can be fast, it can be tanky, it can be strong. It's all, it can be all three. Very cool Pokemon. Thanks for listening. Let me know if you made it to the end. Leave a comment down below if you did. And I'll be back for more coming up. Peace.